Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? This is Jeff from BKJmacTV, and this is the BKJmac Podcast Experience. And this is episode 15, season 2. And we're talking about the movie review of GodFather 2. GodFather 2, let me tell you, was a very intense, very deliberate, interesting movie. We have two stories that's happening on the screen. We have the story about how Don Corleone was able to come to America and rise into power. And we also have the current story of Michael Corleone, who has taken over the Italian mafia of the Corleone family. And he has to adjust and basically wanting to buy up all the casinos and expand. Now, expansion and starting out are two interesting themes that dominate GodFather 2. Now, as Corleone is trying to evade death because there's a big mobster in town that basically kills members of his family, and they're trying to kill him, but he's able to flee to America and build his reputation. Meanwhile, in the other story, Michael Corleone, who's trying to buy out casinos and who's trying to build a bigger empire, has his life threatened. He's trying to figure out who did it, who's threatening him, who tried to take a hit, who tried to kill him. And then it's where you find out where everything starts to unravel in front of Michael's eyes. Things about his wife and his unborn child. You will experience so many different things, so many different types of emotions. Michael, still a hothead as he is, basically takes his act and continues it. There's a Senate hearing about the mafia's involvement in legitimate businesses. So you start to really see it. So you start to see how the government is trying to build a case of trying to take down the mafia. This is all based in the 1950s. So you should see in history, the United States government was trying to take down the mafia, was trying to figure out how the mafia operated and how did they move. Now, in the other story, of Vito Corleone, so far he's grown up and he has risen up in the neighborhood of New York. And there's this big Don that's causing trouble, that's taking money from different merchants and who's pocketing it. He's basically the big tough guy of the Italian neighborhood. And Vito don't like that. So Vito meets some friends of basically his future lieutenants in the original GodFather movie. And basically they start building out and they start plotting to see if they can take out this big Don who's been terrorizing the community. So as we see the ascension of Vito Corleone, we see the sacrifices and the moves that Michael Corleone has to make in his present day in the 1950s. They show us about Cuba and how American diplomats had to flee. We know we're in 1959 because that's when Batista, the president, flees the country and the communists led by Fidel Castro takes over Cuba and basically installs communism over the country. It's a very great, compelling story. Family against family. I'm not going to give you much details of that. If you have not seen it yet, I urge you need to see it. It's a 3-hour movie. It's a pretty long movie, but if you watch it, it don't feel like 3 hours. It's an intense movie from beginning to end. It's just it's well done, it's well crafted, it's just so amazing. It's so well put together. I can't say the same thing for Godfather 3. Godfather 3 was kind of sort of like the opposite. Even with the recut, it just didn't hit. Definitely did not hit. And I will be doing a review about that pretty soon. But this movie, Godfather 2, is brilliant. It's a masterpiece. It's something that you need to see as an audience member. You need to watch Godfather 1 and Godfather 2, and to finish it off, Godfather 3. I believe there should be a Godfather 4. Hollywood is taking too damn long to get this thing off the ground. They need to get it done. Anyway, thank you for listening. Peace, love, always one. Peace.